Well, good morning. This is Don at donallphin.com. I'm on Red Fleet Reservoir this morning, and they poisoned this a couple years ago and have put more fish species in, and I haven't had the opportunity to be on the lake for since they poisoned it, and so they've got wipers in here. They've got a few bass in here that they transplanted over from Steinecker when they drained it, and we've got tiger trout and wipers. So this is going to be a real fun thing this morning. I have no idea what I'm going to find. Starting with a spinnerbait just for fun, just to see if there's anything chasing, and we'll just have to see what happens. Oh, right at the boat. Well, finally got a little wiper on camera. These are the ones that have been chasing me and following me and doing all that all morning long. Finally had enough courage to come and take. So, nice little 9-inch wiper. Be ready for the next time. But that's three bites in this little tiny back pocket, and we're only in 4 feet of water right here. There's another one that came up and hit, but he still can't take it. Still can't take it. Now what I might want to do, and I don't know whether they're wanting to chase that or whether I could put on a very, very small drop shot, throw it out there, and see if those fish will just eat a smaller presentation. But they might just be purely reacting, and that's kind of what I'm thinking they are. But now they're excited. There we go. That's a perch. All right, so we got a few perch in here too. That's always good to see. So we got perch and bluegill and crappie, and all sorts of neat things in here. I got to do something with this little drop shot baby, however, because my poor wife has been fishing with this for the last week and has had to put up with this line twist, and she didn't twist the line. She wasn't the one that did that. All right. Yep, I'm into a whole herd of these small little fish. There's another perch. Once you start catching perch, it's hard to stop. They're sure fun to catch. I came real close to winning a tournament up in Kennewick, Washington on the Columbia River. And I didn't even realize that they had many perch there, and I ran into a school of perch that was the basis of the food chain for all the large bass. And that I stayed on those fish for 3 or 4 days and got me my limit every day, right on those perch. So they're a good sport fish, but they're also a bait fish for larger species. So what I'm using today is some just Yamamoto 4-inch Shad-shape worm. Got it in the watermelon red fleck, and it's a really nice presentation. It just looks like a minnow. Just all there is to that. Just looks like a small fish. Rig it like that with the drop shot hook and you're set. You're good to go. Just so you know, what I'm actually fishing here is it's a sandy bottom, and there's a lot of brush around it, and so what I'm doing is I'm throwing to the sand and letting those fish come up and find it in the sand. It's easier for them to find, and that's the way it works. There's another one. I think that one has it. Yep. All right. The perch have found us and they've taken over. There we go. Nice little guy. A lot of guys I know over in Starvation Way will keep those because they like the fillet so much. I don't keep them that small. But then again, I don't keep white bass that small. So okay, so I've got my drop shot weight, which is about a 3/8 ounce. It's a heavy one for what I'm doing, but I like to get the weight down to the bottom, whether it's 30 feet of water or whether it's 4 feet of water. And then I'm about 13 inches above that with my drop shot hook, and it's an Aaron Martin's drop shot hook. And then I'm on 8 pound, excuse me, it's 10 pound Viscious monofilament. This spinnerbait has turned out to be a nice search bait for me today. Obviously, I'm not catching huge fish. It's not that kind of a day for me. It's a get to know you. I haven't been on Red Fleet for probably at least a decade, and so for me, this is a get to know you kind of experience, and especially since they've poisoned the lake. So it took me a little while this morning to figure things out, but now I've got it figured out. Most of these fish that I'm catching are small wipers and perch and a few bluegill. I hope that they tried to, they purposely wanted bluegill in here, but I caught a couple of them. Didn't get them to the boat, but I could see them as I was lifting them out. Pretty small fish. But anyway, so what I'm learning now is if I come back into any one of the coves, and there are myriad coves on the lake, what I have to do is I have to move, I have to cover water, or it wouldn't make sense for me to do this. I'm covering a lot of water quickly with my spinnerbait, and then these active fish will come up and hit it, even though they're literally too small to get the spinnerbait hook. But they show themselves, and then I stop and put the drop shot down there and catch them. So that's what I'm up to. That's what I'm doing, and it's a cool way to shorten your learning curve, because spinnerbait's going to catch anything that swims. I catch trout on spinnerbaits. I catch walleye on spinnerbaits. I catch bass, of course, and like I said, just within the last week I've caught maybe 2 or 3 20-inch rainbows on a spinnerbait, which doesn't make any sense to me at all, but they react and they'll hit it. So anyway, so I can cover a lot of water. There we go. There's another. That's the first one to come up. That's it. That's a perch. Took the spinnerbait, so that tells me there's some perch here. So I'll stop and shift gears just a second and see if I can muster up a couple of more bites. So I just dropped that, grabbed my my wife's drop shot. So right back in there, we're in, once again, 4 feet of water. And there's another fish. So that's how it works, folks. You use a search bait to find the fish, and then you switch to a fish or a size bait that's going to catch more of the biters, more of the ones that are going to strike. You know, today started out completely, I started out with a completely blank slate. As I'm getting bit here with these perch, I'm rediscovering Red Fleet, first time in a decade, and I know that they've poisoned it, and so I know that they've put a lot of species back into the lake, and I just never had a chance to be on it. So I took the opportunity today, and it was really interesting because I started at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't actually put my first fish in the boat till roughly 10:30. And I had several bites. I had probably, you know, I don't know, half a dozen or up to 10 or so bites. And I saw the fish. I actually got to see the fish, but I couldn't tell exactly what was biting because they just would come up and nip. Well, then I understand and figured out really quickly. I say quickly. It took me till about 10:30 to understand that I needed to have a search bait. And then I could stop after the fish tell me where they are, and then put a smaller lure on and catch them. So started out with a half-ounce chartreuse and white spinnerbait, and then I just switched to a drop shot with the Shad-shape worm, and I've caught more than I can count, quite frankly, of this size perch, and I did catch a couple of wipers. Now, what I want you to understand about what I was trying to do here is, I've not seen this reservoir for a decade. I just went around the shoreline looking for things that looked good for the kind of fishing that I want to do: bass fishing, rocky points, grass in the back of or flooded brush in the back. All of those things were very, very important to me. And then as soon as the fish started telling me what they wanted, then I started throwing a whole bunch of different things. If you look down at my rods, I've got probably 10 rods on the deck, because I didn't know at all what they wanted. And at the end of the day, it was my spinnerbait and the Shad-shape worm. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. There'll be more videos coming, and appreciate everybody comments and anything that you'd like to let me know. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.